morning, you guys. So today I am kind of doing a different kind of video. We're just gonna kind of hang out a little bit today, off and on throughout the day. I need to clean out my warmers, so I'm waiting for, usually when I first wake up, I come downstairs and I turn on the majority of my warmers. My element warmers that don't have any light, I usually just keep those on 24/7. But my bulb warmers, usually my kitchen open area, I will turn on automatically. But like over here in the dining room, entryway, office, I don't typically turn on right away, but I want to get these, I want to clean out the warmers and then just put some brand new wax in there. I'm also, so I'll kind of, hang out and show you that, and then figure out what I'm going to put in for the morning. I'm also going to be kind of figuring out where I'm going to put my stuff in my wax in my office, but I also want to do some chopping. I don't know. I have to go to the grocery store at some point today, so it won't be like, it'll be bits and pieces when I get to it that I'll film. But this morning I am going to be making some breakfast. I am going to be working on getting back into intermittent fasting, and sometimes like once a month or twice a week, 36-hour fast. Those were working really good for me, and I just kind of fell off the wagon. On top of the fact that I get to the point, because I make the sourdough, and my husband takes a bunch of it, and then I freeze a bunch of it. But sometimes I get back into, I'm going to eat all the bread, and which is fine, but I need to go kind of a keto-ish. I've got about 50 pounds to lose, you guys, just to be full transparency. And we are going to Kentucky, Tennessee at the end of October. And I really just want to feel my best. I want to feel healthy. I need to be healthy. I'm not looking to lose 50 pounds by then, but I really just need to get my brain back on track, get back in the gym and training with that, heavier lifting. Like, I have to do all of that. So part of what kind of reminded me how good fasting is, and implementing a keto-ish lifestyle was Dr. Mindy Pelz has this amazing book, Fast Like a Girl, and she is coming out, I think it's being released in October, and it's called Eat Like a Girl. So it's a recipe book, which is fantastic, because sometimes when I'm reading Fast Like a Girl, like I just the recipes in there, I don't know, like I just want something kind of, I don't know, but I'm excited for that. She does have like an academy, or like classes you can take called the Reset. I don't remember. If I can find it, I'll link it down below. But she does have a Facebook group called the Resetter Collaborative. And it's just so encouraging to see people post in there and their success stories on, how they're feeling, and this is typically it's for women. This is about women dealing with perimenopause, and she's just got some amazing information, and the science behind it, all of that. So that's my goal, is to do that. I'm debating on whether or not I'm going to sign up to do the Reset Academy, so I can get much more detailed information and just dive in. Like, for me, I do better when I'm like in something. So like part of me was like, should I do 75 hard? Because it gives me like something. It's like an actual something, not be going, oh, I'm going to do this and I think I'm going to do that. Like, I don't know why my brain does that. Anyways, I know that makes no sense at all. But so for breakfast, I'm going to be frying up, if I can find my pan. Oh, right on top. I'm going to be just kind of sauteing up some chicken breast. I got this at Costco. It comes in a pack of 2. We've already used 1. This is actually super, super tasty. And it's grilled chicken breast with sea salt and cracked pepper. Fully cooked. So that's good. I'm just going to throw this on the pan. And I have my husband, one of the guys that he works with, has ducks. So every now and then he has like a whole bunch of extra. And so we get fresh eggs. So I'm going to throw in a couple of eggs. I'm going to top it off with some guacamole. We had a party last night and there's some leftover cherry tomatoes. So I'm going to cut those up and kind of do like a scrambled egg kind of blend. So yeah, we're going to do that. Yeah. So it's kind of frustrating, you know, when as women, how we get, you go to your doctor for something and they just kind of look at you and go, well, it's just part of who you are. It's part of being a woman. And what I like about Dr. Mindy Peltz, and she's like, no, there's things we can do. There just hasn't been enough research behind it because, you know, people just chalk it up for it is what it is. And that's kind of not true. So I'm really looking forward to, I need to reread the book. And she does have like a 30-day reset book or something like that. I'm also kind of reading that one too. It's just, you know, it's super important as women that we take care of us and physically, mentally, emotionally take care of us so that we can not have to depend on anyone else as we get older. I don't know. I just have like this huge fear of being dependent on people and being in a nursing home and just not thriving. And I don't want to, not thrive. So, yeah, that's kind of scary. And, you know, Mike, if you guys have watched any of my videos, you've seen a couple, you know, that Mike has been in. And I mean, he looks amazing and he's physically active. And I just want to, emulate that, not only for, you know, to let him know that I care about me and I care about us. But also it's important for my girls to see that. And health is so important. And because Mike's a firefighter, he health is super important. He goes on these calls, and you know, he just sees the decline in humans, and it scares him, and rightfully so. So I just want him to know that his concerns are my concerns, and I take his concerns very seriously, and I agree. I mean, I don't want to be dependent on traditional medication if I don't have to. I do believe that there's a lot of healing that you can do in fasting and diet and changing up, you know, the sugars that you're eating. I mean, there's just so much updated research and information on that. And Dr. Mindy Peltz has amazing videos. She is on YouTube, and she has podcasts with other women and men who are advocates, because sometimes we don't have those when it comes to perimenopause and what we're going through, and it's frustrating. So, all right, so I grabbed about 3 ounces of the grilled chicken. So that's going in there. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to put some celery on the side. The one thing that I don't do enough of is have greens. I enjoy it. And sometimes, like in the morning, I don't know. I don't get the greens that I need. So I'm either going to, next set, I'm not going to have that. I'm going to, I have some super greens. I'm just going to do 2 eggs. I'm just going to have some super greens. This is what I'm going to do. I'm taking some sriracha mayo. Sometime this week, I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be making my own mayo. I'm going to try and get Michaela involved. I'm really concerned about her because her weight is getting up there and it's all in the stomach. Every now and then she wakes up with like a super swollen top lip. And I don't know if it's her diet, her weight. Like, I just don't want her to, I don't know. I get really, really worried about that. I'm putting a little bit of heavy cream in there just to add some stuff. The other thing is that I'm going to attempt to do is really cut down what I'm drinking, how much I'm drinking. I mean, I'm not drinking all day, every day, but I do have, but I do drink almost every day, like a glass of something, a glass of wine. So I definitely want to cut back on that. And, yeah, just try and, enjoy what I enjoy, but also find different ways. I do have a bunch of like keto cookbooks that have snacks and like fat bomb recipes and ice cream recipes. I have a dessert keto cookbook. So that's kind of my downfall is the sweets. I have a huge sweet tooth. Pastries, like those are just my downfall. And I just have to get better at it. I have to just find different like recipes and prep better and be proactive in this journey and not expect the journey to come to me. I have to go to it. So yeah. All right. So I did 2 of the duck eggs in there, and at some point today, I'm going to have a, greens drink. I'll show you what I'll show you what I drink. I might actually have it. I'll probably have it later on today. What I like to do, I'll show you in a second. Hold on. Okay, so just that. I'm gonna throw the tomatoes on top of that. And then I'm going to throw a little guacamole on top of that. And like, I mean, I technically should have some greens with this, but, we're not going to get too crazy this morning because I have things I have to do, things I want to do, and, yeah. Like, clean out this sink. It's kind of, there's a lot going on in there. Not too much, it's mostly glasses. We had a get together last night, and that was really nice. It was only 5 of us ladies, and it was really nice and intimate and nothing crazy. All right, I'm doing just kind of like maybe a tablespoon of guacamole, only because I have the duck eggs in there. I don't want to add too much fat, even though both of these are really healthy fats. I want to spread it out throughout the, spread out throughout the day. What that is. Okay, let me put that over here. So let me find the greens, and I will show you what I do. Sometimes I do this at night. I take apple cider vinegar, but the one that I like is honey cayenne apple cider vinegar. I'll take that and put some in a glass, add a little bit of water to it, and then I take this Thorn. This is Daily Green Plus. I'll take this, and then I'll add just a little bit for like a sweet flavor as well. This is also Super Greens. This is from Nutra Champs, and this is in what flavor? In berry. So antioxidant immune berry. So I use this one, and I'll put a little scoop in that, and then I'll blend it really good with like my little hand blender, and then add more water to it. And because of the apple cider vinegar and the sweetness in this, it kind of gives it like a sweet and sour taste. So I told Mike it almost reminded me of like a sweet and sour candy. And I'll do that sometimes at night before bed. So I might do that. I might do it because, like I said, I want to go back to intermittent fasting, and I gotta figure that out, like my timing and stuff like that, because I enjoy my coffee in the morning. I don't want to wait till 1 o'clock to eat. I'm a morning person. I can easily stop eating at 4 or 5 o'clock and be fine, as long as I'm not drinking, and as long as I am doing other things, and not, like, if I'm distracted and not focused on food, or I don't know. It's easier for me to stop eating at 5 than start eating at 12, if that makes any sense. And it looks like we had a kitty cat who decided he wanted to jump in the doggy bowl. All right, you guys, so I'm going to sit down and eat that. And then when I get done with that, I'm going to figure out if I'm going to hurry up and go to the grocery store and get that done, so I can have some stuff ready to go for dinner tonight. That would be the smart thing to do. So I might do that. And then when I come back, then I will get back into the video, and I will clean the warmers since I'll be home the rest of the day. I will clean the warmers and put some wax in. So yeah, be back in a second. Guys, I'm back. I am going to be soaking up the wax in my warmers, and then I'm going to go throughout and clean up the warmers. I'll show you what I use to spray. my warmers to clean them, but I mean, it kind of needs to be done. I'm going to do that. And then I am going to figure out what I'm going to melt and get that in. And then I'm going to figure out also, well, not really figure out, I already know. I'm going to be making a, it's a pumpkin crustless cheesecake bite. So they go in molds, and then you put them in the fridge or the freezer. Like I said earlier, is I have a huge sweet tooth, and I want to give myself every opportunity to succeed. And in order for me to do that, I need to prep. Yeah, I need to prep-a-rooney and make sure I have everything I need for succeeding. So I'm gonna clean. So this is what so let's see here. I'll show you this little pumpkin warmer right here. So it's all soaked up. But as you can see, it's really kind of gross. And this is easier to do when the warmer's warm. So I just have this makeup sanitizing spray. It's just alcohol, basically. Gonna grab a few paper towels and just kind of spray and have a little rubber-rooney. Let's see here. And voila, nice and clean. So I'm going to do that throughout. There we go. Put you back over here. And I will have like a more of a tour. I have one warmer coming in today. The Boo Crew is being delivered today. I know exactly where I'm going to put that. I might actually wait because September 1st is when the other Halloween fall warmers are coming out from Scentsy, and I'm going to be getting those as well. So I might wait to like do a full-on detailed warmer fall tour, whatever. I mean, but you guys can kind of see. I'm still not quite done. However, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And Puppy has eaten. This is the only dog I know who's not really food motivated. Like, I make his food and we have to play like airplane with him sometimes to get him to eat his food. And so when he finally eats his food, I give him a treat to congratulate him for eating his freaking food. And his food is homemade, you guys. I don't get it, but whatever. It is whatever. So I'm gonna spray that. Go to my next warmer. This warmer right here, the Dead Man's Toes warmer. Something about this dish, I don't know. This is like it's a ceramic dish, but something about it just, I feel like it collects more gunk than any other warmers, like faster. And sometimes what I've noticed is certain cotton balls kind of stick to the bottom. This brand right here, I get it. They're super jumbo cotton balls. I get these auto delivery from Amazon. Those don't stick to the bottom. Like, there's the other one. It's in the pink. The pink bag. I really like them because they're big and fluffy, but I feel like they just kind of stick to the bottom easier. I'm not a huge fan of that. Kind of a pain in the patookus. All right, so cleaning away. To be honest, I don't do this very often, you guys, until like I'm like, okay, these are like really disgusting, and there's the buildup of like the leftover the cotton because it's so thin, and quite honestly, I do think it helps the wax a little bit better. Like it just performs better when it's a really nice clean dish. And honestly, I should I should be doing this more often than what I do. But with my ADHD and everything else in my life, I don't do it until I absolutely have to. It's like I'm the same way when it comes to laundry. I love doing laundry. It's just putting it away. It's folding it and putting away that I hate doing. And I just procrastinate and wait and wait and wait until finally, like that's giving me anxiety more than the chore itself. And that's when I'm like, okay, Stephanie, time to do something about it. And it's just one of the things that I have learned about myself. And especially, I'll be 52 in November, and I'm still learning about myself. I'm still figuring out the best way to not necessarily trick my brain, but the best way to deal with myself and becoming a better version of me, so to speak. Because I don't want my daughter to see me making excuses of why I don't like why things don't get done, or why my room isn't super clean, or not necessarily my room, just my side of the closet, so to speak. You can definitely tell. Well, I mean, lately, I will say I'm pretty proud of Mike. Mike's pretty OCD, and you used to be like, you could tell his side of the room versus my side of the room, and you can obviously still tell that, but he's gotten much more relaxed, and I'm pretty proud of him. And for me, I've kind of just told him, sometimes certain things are not important. Sometimes, especially when he comes home and he's been at work for like 5 days, 6 days, and he wants, for him, it's kind of transitioning from work to home, and he needs that time to go to the gym, work out in the yard or whatnot. But there are some times when I just tell him, sometimes just you relaxing is more important. Granted, a nice clean home. Downstairs, I try and keep downstairs in the loft. I try and keep really try and stay up on it and keep it nice and clean, especially on the days that I know he's coming home. But sometimes it's more important just to relax than stress out over why something needs to get done, or it has to get done, or else. Like, there's nowhere else. We're the adults here. And if you choose to do it, you choose to do it. If you don't, you don't. And whatever. Someone left a piece of cake here. I'm surprised the cats didn't. We had, like I said, we had a I had a get together last night. One of the girls is at the winery is getting married, and a lot of the girls couldn't show up. There was ended up only 5 of us. It was Michaela, myself, and well, no, there were 6 of us. 1, 2, yeah, 6 of us. Only 5 of us from the winery. Yeah, so it was nice. It was nice and quiet. One of the girls, she can't do gluten, so I got like a mini chocolate cake, and she loves them here. So, okay, I'm gonna get the other. I'm gonna get the other warmers cleaned. All right, so now that that's done, I need to decide what I am in the mood to melt at the moment. I've been having a lot of fun melting my Britas, Scentsy, and Teddy Bees. I think I'm gonna. I think Teddy Bees and Scentsy are gonna be the 2 that I melt, that I focus on all the time. But I think what I'm gonna do is like once a month, just choose another vendor to add to it. So I'm always like, I'm never in a place of super boredom. So I think what I'm going to melt, I'm going to do Annabelle right now from Britta's. And Annabelle is Monster Delight, Nag Champa, and roasted pine cones. That sounds really nice at the moment, just nice and cozy. And since I'm going to be making, well, I'm going to clean the kitchen, and then I'm going to make that pumpkin. Oh my God. I'm going to make the pumpkin cheesecake bites. And then I don't know if I'm going to, I don't know if I'm going to chop or if I'm going to clean my office. I kind of feel like the most important thing is getting that office figured out, because I do have enough chopped, and because I have Scentsy and Teddy Bees, like it's right now it's easy for me to grab. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to put these in, clean the kitchen, and then we'll hang out in the kitchen, and I will, we're going to make this pumpkin cheesecake bite thing together, you guys. So I have realized this hair right here, there's a cowlick right here. So if I go any shorter, I had my lady cut, some bangs, just layers, because I realized I like layers better. This thing, no matter, like I literally, when I blow dry it, I blow dry it down like this, and it's still like, I have this little cowlick, so I can't do like really cute. I can't do like some of these bangs because this stupid cowlick in the front. Anyways, okay, let's get you back over here, and I'm gonna put the warmers in, clean the kitchen, and then go from there. I think that's what we're gonna do. It is so nice, though, I have to say, to have some nice, clean warmers. It just feels pretty. It looks pretty. It looks fresh and clean and just ready to go. And like, yes, we're going to have a great melting time. So this is basically a full loaf. And it's easier when it's already chopped, because then I just do what I'm doing now. I just kind of go through and throw some in there. I won't throw a whole lot in at first, because I want to get some in every warmer. This scent feels like it's really well blended with that nag. that, I'll throw some in here in every single warmer. I will also be putting some in the entryway and in my office because I'm just kind of in that mood today. And if I have any left over, then I will kind of go through and see what needs more, so to speak. I did switch out my Bath and Body Works wall warmers for some of the Scentsy Halloween warmers, and I think I'm having fun with that. So, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, you guys. All right, you guys, and just like that, my loaf is gone. If you've seen my videos, then you know that in my office, I'm going to move you. I have a few warmers that are in my office behind me. I did clean those, but I didn't put any wax in it because sometimes I don't want, most of those are bulbs. Well, the Cinderella's Element. What's the other one? I think that's the only one that's an element warmer that I have. Oh, and the Dumbo one. But I didn't put any wax in those. I did get another Accord warmer for that office, for that room. So I have my mini diamond, and then I have the element warmer, which is nice because those are always on. So I just put the wax in there, and then in the bathroom, in the entryway, and then throughout my whole open concept. And yeah, so I'm hoping that this nag champa doesn't try and take over. I do like the nag, but what I'm realizing is I like it when it doesn't take over a scent like lavender and like mint. There's something about the nag, there's something about all of those that's really, really pretty. But I don't want it to take over anything. I want it as kind of like a supporting role. And yeah, so I'm hoping, we'll see. On cold, this smells really good. And on my spreadsheet, I did put that I really liked it. So that probably means that this Monster Delight and roasted pine cones were like, it was those two in the front seat, and then the nag in the back. So yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to get these dishes done. And I guess I'll try and do like those cleaning motivation videos, and you'll just watch me clean, or I don't know. Should I just keep talking? Maybe I'll just keep talking like you guys are just sitting here hanging out with me. Let's do that. So there's not a whole lot of dishes. Like I said, there was only 5 of us. But when there's a lot of people, I don't know if you guys are like me. When there's a lot of people, I use plastic everything. Plastic silverware. Obviously, these guys, we work at a winery, so we're not using plastic cups or anything like that because we're kind of snobby like that, I guess you could say. But I wanted them. I got these really nice, fun plates, ceramic plates at Home Goods, really fun Halloween ones. And my intention was to use that, but the girls went into my cabinet and they grabbed paper plates and put them on top of the ceramic plates, which I thought was nice. Like they didn't want me to have to clean anything. So that was super nice of them. They didn't have to do it, but still super nice. So there's not a whole lot to clean in here. Just a couple little serving. One of my friends who came over, Alicia, she is the queen of like making everything super pretty and like themed, and having like serving bowls and serving platters and stuff like that. Like that's just who she is. And so I wanted to honor that and grab what I had as far as, when I went to the store, I grabbed some guacamole dip and other dips and stuff. And typically I would just leave it in the plastic containers and pop the top off, put a plastic spoon in and call it a day. But I didn't do that this time. So yeah, so we have that to clean up. And then I have just my glasses, my wine glasses to clean, and some plastic from the dog's breakfast / dinner food, whatever. I don't know. It's this dog, I swear to you, it's all fine and dandy until the husband goes, "Oh, we should start making his food." I'm like, ugh. I mean, granted, it's healthier. He's going to live longer. I know exactly what's going in his food. We do give him dry food over here in a bowl that he can just munch on. But he doesn't really like that. That bowl will sit full for probably 4 or 5 days. And we don't, it's not a whole lot in there. So he'll munch on it. So, which is kind of funny because when I took him to the event recently, first of all, he had a botched haircut. The groomer that I found, he just does not, he's such a chill dog, and anything, a lot of barking, a lot of noise, he doesn't like it. He gets really anxious. And so the place I was taking him, he just did not like it. The place before that, he absolutely loved. I couldn't get in the door fast enough. He loved them. They loved him, but they closed down. And so now the other place I was taking him to is so small, and he just, I don't know. It's a vibe that he doesn't like, and I really try and pay attention to that because I want his bath to be a good experience for him and not something that stresses him out. Anyway, so I found a mobile groomer. And, when they ask you what kind of dog it is, what the weight is, I'm assuming it's to, make sure that they know how to groom this dog, or they have the space, the room to do it. And so the groomer came, and I told him, I told this lady, I was like, he doesn't need a lot. He just needs a trim. He needs a butt trim. He needs his feet trimmed, but, keep his feathers on his legs and arms. He doesn't just a trim. You guys, when I opened up the door, she cut, it was almost like she started to trim him, and she realized she didn't know what she was doing. So she's like, screw it, I'm just going to shave him. So he was cut so short. His feathers were gone. The fur on his ears, he looked almost like a Rottweiler. I'll post a picture here. You can see how sad his face is, you guys. His face is so sad. He is not happy. So anyways, you guys, she charged me $220 to shave something I could have done. And so when I went into the vet, they weighed him. So he's going to be 7 years old in October. He's been 95 pounds for 4 years. 96 pounds for 4 years. I take him in, and he's just barely 93 pounds. And I'm getting lectured how he needs to lose weight. How, one of the nurses, she goes, well, I see you walking him in the morning. I'm like, he's lost 2 pounds. I have to play airplane with him so he will eat. How is it that for 4 years, it was not an issue? Now, all of a sudden, he lost 2 pounds and he needs to lose weight. You guys, he's small for a burner. You can still see his indentation in his hips. You can still see that. You can feel that. And someone's like, oh, well, maybe it's just because of his haircut. Maybe, like when guys get a haircut and it's so short and it's starting to grow out and it won't lay down. Like, that's kind of how his hair was. And she goes, maybe he just looks bigger than what he is. I was like, but if you're looking at the chart and you see that he's lost weight. Anyway, so they wanted to check his thyroid and this and that and whatever. So now I'm like super hyper focused on, like, I'm worried about that. I don't need to be. Once again, I make his food. He eats really healthy. He doesn't overeat. Yes, I give him a treat when he does eat, but that's it. That one little jerky treat he gets after he eats his food. I measure out his food in containers and put them in the fridge. And if he doesn't finish it, then what I do is I put the top back on and I put it in the fridge. And then that's what he gets for dinner. It's literally like a 2-year-old. You don't finish it, then you're finishing it later. So, I don't know. Anyways, so they have a groomer there, and she's there once a week for medical grooming, but she does work at a spot that I got her card from. Anyway, so one of the nurses like, well, when I told her about the grooming, she goes, yeah, he does look like maybe that's what's making him look bigger. It's obviously kind of stupid since the scale says he's smaller, whatever. I'm not bitter or anything. So they had her come in. She goes, you want me to have her see if she can come in and look at him? So she comes in and she's like, oh my gosh, what did they do to him? So she's checking him out and she said the lady cut into his undercoat underneath his chest here, which you don't do to a burner. You don't ever, these mountain dogs that have that undercoat, it keeps them cool. It keeps them warm. You don't ever cut into that undercoat ever. And she goes, yeah, she jacked him up pretty good. She got into his undercoat. She goes, it will grow back. However, it'll look like he's molting. Like, it's not going to be pretty when it starts growing back, and it's going to be a process. This poor dog. It's going to be a process. Yeah, whatever. So that's what, so she said, if you take him into me, I won't, obviously I'll trim his overcoat. So as his undercoat grows in, he doesn't look like he's like a complete bedraggled mess. And, like trim his butt and trim his feet and everything like that, the fur, because that grows back really fast. Anyways, that's my story. So frustrating to be charged $220. And I don't like to argue. And, I'm like, when he first showed up, I'm like, oh, he looks so much better, because it'd been at least 3 or 4 months since I took him in. So he was looking quite a mess. So anything was going to be an improvement. But then when, and then I was shocked. I mean, granted, it was a traveling groomer, and she came from Napa. Napa's 30 minutes away, 30 to 45 minutes away, depending on how far you're driving or how traffic and stuff like that. So what am I doing? So, but when she left and I was like really checking him out, I was like, are you freaking kidding me right now? Like, I knew that she had cut into his undercoat. I could feel it. I could see it. And this poor dog, he just was so sad. So sad. All right. I'm not going to deep clean this sink because I know I'm going to get back into it here in a second. I'm going to grab my cookbook, and then we are going to start making this cheesecake thing, I think. Okay, you guys, my microphone stopped working, and here I am doing a voiceover, I guess you could say, which, kind of isn't bad. So what I'm doing is I am getting the recipe for the cheesecake thing, the crustless cheesecake bites from the book, The 5 Easy Ingredient Ketogenic Diet Cookbook. So getting the recipe out of that. This one is, you're using 4 ounces of pumpkin puree, 4 ounces of cream cheese, 2 large eggs, 1/3 cup of swerve sweetener, and 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. And you basically just blend it all together, and you're going to turn the oven on to 350 degrees, and you're going to bake that for 30 minutes. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that's what I'm talking about in here. Just getting everything situated. They do say pumpkin puree, not pumpkin pie, not pumpkin pie filling, but the pumpkin puree, I guess you could say. So, turning on the oven for that, and just making sure that the rack is where it needs to be. Doing some more discussion and talking, and yeah, there you go. Yeah, I don't remember. I am using the silicone. It does, in the recipe book, you guys, it talks about pouring the batter in liners, in silicone liners, and then into a muffin tin. I just had these silicone molds that I just put in there, and then just put them on a cookie sheet. So yeah, I just did that. It worked out fine. As you will see at the end, it worked out just fine. What else? I don't remember what I was talking about here. I think I was just trying to figure out why why the beaters weren't going where they were supposed to go. Yeah, I was still a little tired from, I mean, the girls left last night at about 11, and by the time I got done kind of cleaning up and get into bed, it was close to midnight. And I'm not a late up late person, so I think my brain was still trying to catch up to the day. Pretty much, that's my thought. I did, however, I made made 2 batches, so I doubled the batch because this recipe says that it serves 4. So I figured I would do 2 batches, and so it would serve 8. I'm pretty sure my math was not mathing as I'm sitting here figuring it out. Yeah, no, because I did everything else right, because 4 ounces is only a half a container of half a carton of the cream cheese. And so I used a full carton of the cream cheese, and then 8 ounces of the pumpkin puree, and only 2 eggs versus the 4 eggs. And now that I think about it, it calls for 1/3 cup of swerve, and I did not double that either. So my mouth was not mathin', my brain was not brainin'. And as I'm sitting here, I'm realizing that now I am having some right now. And yeah, it's okay, but it's not sweet enough because I didn't add enough. Oh my gosh. I mean, this is what happens when Stephanie tries to vlog and do things when she's tired. And you know, I'm not the most comfortable about myself. You know, and as I'm watching myself walk back and forth, I just am even more motivated now to get back into the gym and into the do what I need to do. Anyway, so I got my eggs, you guys, in from the refrigerator. I do always buy eggs because we use eggs so much. And I use typically the fresh eggs when I'm just like frying eggs or cooking eggs. And I'll go into the refrigerator for the refrigerated store-bought eggs when I'm doing stuff like this, like baking. It just kind of depends on how many extra eggs I have left. So that's kind of what I'm talking about is the store-bought eggs versus the countertop eggs. I do love the way the eggs look on the countertop, and when they're farm fresh, you don't need to refrigerate them. You do need to wash the shells, clean the shells, and yeah. So now I'm just trying to figure out figure out how I'm doubling this recipe. And you guys, it was super easy. You're doubling 4 ounces and 4 ounces, and 2 teaspoons. I didn't even, as I'm sitting here, I didn't even double up the pumpkin pie spice. So oh my goodness. Yeah. I mean, it's whatever. Like I said, I'm taking a bite of it now. It's not sweet enough. I do get the pumpkin pie spice, but it would have been nice if it was doubled. One batch, I did only 2 eggs. The second batch, I realized I didn't double the eggs like I should have, but which is fine. The pumpkin pie spice is still good in here. It could be better. So now it's whatever. I mean, it's not bad. It does taste pumpkin-y and cheesecakey, and it's slightly sweet, not overly sweet, which is totally fine to me. I don't mind that at all. And yeah, I think that's it for that. Like I said, I'm just chatting. I am gonna measure or weigh
the grams or the ounces for the pumpkin puree. I love that scale, you guys. When I am on point with my diet, I am absolutely on point with that scale, and using it and making sure that I am getting the macros that I need and the nutrients that I need. And I don't know, I just do better with the scale. And I mean, when Mike comes home and he cooks something and he doesn't use he, like, I know what's what per, well, especially if I'm meal prepping for myself. I know exactly what macros are in each container. And when Mike cooks, he just, throws stuff in there. And then I'm like, I don't know how do I add this into my app? I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, anyway, so when I'm on point with measuring and making sure that I'm getting what I need. I will say, when talking about macros and diet and stuff like that, is I think my problem is I'm not giving myself enough calories. And so, my body just kind of hangs on. Yes, you're supposed to be in a deficit, but not so much of a deficit. And I can almost guarantee you I'm not getting enough protein. So my goal is to just work on the intermittent fasting and work on my protein, making sure I have my protein and my greens. And then, as I'm sitting here talking, I think I'm going to try and get more information on the Resetter collab or Resetter Academy or something like that. I'm going to get some more information on that and see if maybe that's what I need to do. Because other programs that I followed, I think that's what I'm trying to say, is if I am in a program, a designed program, not designed by me, for some reason, I do better. If I try and design a program, I don't know why, I just don't feel like it works. Or I don't know. I don't know why my brain does that. So I need to figure that out and make a decision soon, so that I can implement it and do what I need to do and get what I need to get, so that I can stay on top of being successful, excuse me, and making all the changes that I need to make. Super important to to be consistent, and that's my thing, is I'm not always consistent. Okay, so here I am trying to find my 1/3 cup. Oh my gosh. And I mean, this is why I was like, why am I not finding it? Where is my brain? What's going on? Oh, look, it's right in front of my face. Sometimes I wonder about myself. I don't know about you guys. Yeah. I can't believe I didn't double the eggs and the sugar. And here I'm talking about, like, I even added a little less sugar, like I didn't fill it all the way up, because I'm like, I don't want it to be overly sweet. So and I doubled the freaking recipe. Sometimes I embarrass myself. And sometimes I wonder how I make it in this world with my brain. I don't understand it. All right, so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and show you, what I was talking about. So let's just let's just do that. So while I'm doing that and it was in the oven, I started talking about um, a a video that Summer Michelle made this morning. Today's Sunday, and she posted basically misconceptions about YouTubers and wax YouTubers that kind of have caught our attention. That, you know, things have been said. And she wanted to kind of address that, and I really do appreciate it 100%. And so her and I were talking about it, and I'm going to springboard off of that, and I'm going to basically have what I'm calling chatty waxies, and we're going to kind of have it's going to be alive, and we're going to talk about it. I I want to open it up to whoever wants to be on this chat eventually. I think for me, because I am kind of shy, I have my group of people that I've gotten to know in the past year. So when other people feel like they're excluded from something, it's not on purpose. I 100% promise you. Um, it's a lot of it. Like, I have my small circle of trust of my waxy friends who I 100% trust and feel super confident and comfortable with. And so I think my first episode that I'm going to do is going to be with them. Just so that we can kind of get a feel for how we want this chatty waxies thing to go. So I'm going to hopefully this coming up Friday, the 24th. I think that's the date. No, Friday the 23rd. We're gonna get together and we're just gonna chit chat, and we're gonna have a couple of topics that we want to talk about. But I absolutely, whether you have a channel or you don't have a channel, if you feel comfortable being on a live with me and us, I want you to reach out to me in my Facebook group, Steph Melts Wax, or any of the girls, Martha, Summer, Alexis, April Lee.
I can't connect to your Wi-Fi network.
Yes, I know.
You can find setup instructions in the help section of your Alexa app.
Okay, thank you. The lady in the computer was talking back to me. Anyways, Christine Sensine, Step the Scented Gemini, Dazzling Sense with Chris. I reach out to any one of those ladies and let them know that you're interested in coming and hanging out and wanting to be in a live with one of us, and we will make it happen, because it's not about excluding anyone. Like I said, the first episode for me personally, I want it with people I 100% trust and feel comfortable with, so we can kind of get an idea how we're going to do this. That is it. I'm typically I'm kind of shy when I meet new people. I kind of stand back and watch, and gauge how, I just watch with new people. And yes, I'm very friendly, and I'm not rude, but I'm shy, and I'm not always my 100% out there self. So that's the only thing, and it has nothing to do with me wanting to exclude anyone. What I have absolutely learned in this YouTube community is that and I don't know why my brain is going from there to there, but we're gonna roll with this conversation because it was a conversation that I was talking about while I am making this pumpkin cheesecake, egg bites, whatever you want to call them. Anyways, like with the misconceptions. So, when people see us, sometimes you assume things about them based on just what you're watching in videos. And I was the same way. There are people in this community that I had huge misconceptions about, that I have been totally wrong about. And I absolutely will, I take full ownership of being judgy based on what I saw just in a video. And it's super important that we don't do that. I mean, that's why I kind of also made this Facebook group, is because I want us to get to know each other on a different level, on a more personal level. I want you to get to know me, and me to get to know you, and create friendships, and kind of understand, why I make the videos, or why any of us make videos, or why we don't make videos, why we just enjoy watching the videos. But I have absolutely been on the judgy side 100%. And once again, there are people who I thought I would like, who not my cup of tea. Doesn't mean they're bad, doesn't mean it's like that in real life, right? There are some people you just don't click with, and then there are some people who you did not think you were going to click with or like, and you absolutely adore and enjoy. One of my best friends, before she left, we did have a falling out, but we met in cosmetology school, and I could not stand her at all. Something about her, I couldn't stand her. And then we just became friends, and we were inseparable for like 6 years. And then we just kind of had a falling out. She was going downhill, and I was trying to do everything I could to help her. And it was not working at all. She just was not in a good place. And then she moved away, and I haven't been able to get a hold of her. And so that's that. Anyway, so once again, that long story short, trying to not judge right away, but get a gauge of people. And that's what I have learned with that, is not to judge people, but to kind of gauge them and get to know them on a personal level, not necessarily even a personal level. Once again, there may be people that you see and you're like, absolutely not. And that's fine too. And that's fine to do that, to not like someone, but respectfully not like someone. And I think that's what kind of what our nation is not, what we're missing is respect on the differences, on if you don't like something, fine, but you don't need to put people down. You don't need to put, there's a way to be really respectful and not be respectful. That's one of the things I'm also finding out. I don't know if you guys remember, I did one of my very first videos. I had some friend mail, and someone sent me a wax made by Scoopable. And I kind of made a comment, and it really hurt Kathy's feelings. and it wasn't meant to. It was just meant to be funny. And yeah, that, and I felt really bad about that, and I think it was I don't remember, maybe a month later or something, that piece of wax I melted and I ended up really enjoying, and messaged Kathy and apologized. And lesson learned is, I wasn't trying to tear anyone down or ruin a business, but your words and your actions can absolutely do that, and you have no right to do that. And so that's what I'm learning with people. Is there are some people, I don't know where I'm going with this, but there are some people, once again, that I did not think I would like, that I absolutely truly enjoy. Misconceptions are all over the place. And I think it's just super important for all of us to get together and just chit chat and get to know each other. That's what I'm trying to say is, let's just have open dialogue and respectful dialogue, no matter our beliefs, no matter our preferences. Just be respectful. It's been done. It used to be done, and I feel like we've lost that. And it has just divided us as a nation. And I don't, when it comes to wax and this community, it's such a small community, and I don't think we need any more division. I don't think we need any more negativity and hate, and the judgments, or what you think about YouTubers. What we, it doesn't do anyone any good to have that negativity when you don't know. If you're not a YouTuber, then be friends with someone who is a YouTuber and find out. I don't know. That's whatever. Anyways, so I am just measuring this out. It says it's supposed to have 8 pieces, but doesn't tell me what size muffin tins, so it's whatever. I'm just measuring that out. It's going to go in the oven for 30 minutes, and I think that's it. I will, I'm going to, I guess, cut this video short because I said what I needed to say with, basically, you got the gist of what I was talking about as I'm doing this, as I'm measuring out this dough, not dough, but cheesecake mix. And then, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and cut this video. So yes, please friend me, message me on Facebook. If you are interested at all in being in one of our lives, in one of my lives, please let me know. I don't know how often I'm going to do it. I mean, when it's just coming home, turning on a video and chatting, it's easier than if we're doing an interview with a vendor, because I print out stuff, like I don't know, for some reason it just has a less, it's like going over to a girlfriend's house and just hanging out and chatting. So I don't know how often I'm going to do the lives. I'd like to do it at least once a month, but I don't know if any of the other ladies are going to want to host it. If they're going to call it the same thing as me. Like, I don't mind if we all call it, chatty waxies. Chatty waxies at Steph's house, or, Martha's house, Summer's house, whoever's house wants to do it. I'm really okay with that. But it's totally up to them. I don't care. But yeah, so like I said, shoot one of us a message if you're interested in ever being on a live with us, when it comes to the chatty waxies. And yeah, that is it. Thank you guys for watching this first vlog-ish. Well, no, I mean my other one, it was kind of vlogish, but this is like my main non-vloggy, waxy, I don't know, whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching. And I hope that you are having a great weekend, and I hope the rest of your week goes great. I will post in my Facebook community page and on my YouTube community page about the live. I don't know who's going to be on or who's not going to be on, but I am going to host it, and I would love to have you guys in the comments, and let's just chat. I don't know what topic we're going to do. Like I said, I might springboard off of Summer's, and it might be a little more serious topic, but they're not always all going to be serious. So anyways, thank you guys for so much for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye.